Hey everybody, how's it going? This video is on plans for my Deathwing force. I'm playing in the league, and I played my first two games so far. I lost both. I got tabled the first one due to horrible dice rolling. I wish I was making up an excuse, but I'm not. It was that bad. My opponent felt bad for me. I mean, I am notorious for rolling just rolling terribly, but this was by far my worst rolling in a while. And then the second game I lost to some error. But I had a lot of fun, I learned a lot, and now I'm able to tweak my Deathwing tactics and know what I want to do in the future and make plans. Know what I want to do in the future, not make plans. Now I have plans in the future to change them now, based on how the performance based both on the tournament that I played in January and based also on those two league matches. And that's what we're here to talk about. My thoughts on my Deathwing army as far as changing it. And I have one question to pose to the community about this, which we'll get to when we get to it. Firstly, I'm changing the assault cannons out for Cyclone missile launchers. I have two assault cannons in the army, in two different squads, and I have one Cyclone missile launcher. I want to sub out the assault cannons for Cyclone missile launcher. They shoot twice, which is why I really want to do that, and they reach a longer distance than the assault cannon. And with the pure Terminator force, you want to be able to reach out longer distances. You want to be able to start shooting on them as soon as you can, even if it's just a Cyclone missile launcher, to either pop the tank, do a wound to a monstrous creature, possibly instant kill a multi-wound model, like Tyranid Warriors or Knobs or whatever, stuff like that. Or you want to reach out and use your blast from the Cyclone missile launcher's frag missile to hurt some infantry, or pretty much start shaking up your opponent's force a bit. And waiting to essentially half that distance of a Cyclone missile launcher to shoot the assault cannon, it hurts a bit. It really does. You need to be able to shoot them longer distances for a longer time than just starting to spray with your storm bolters and the assault cannon. So with that, I'm switching over to Cyclone missile launchers. I pretty much felt I wanted to do this from the tournament when I was facing Tyranids in the very first game with them. I dropped the Turbogon in two shots, one of the two Turbogons, and not in two shots, in two turns. I dropped them in 2 turns of shooting. I probably could have done it in my first turn of shooting if I had 2 more Cyclone missile launchers, but didn't. And then facing a lot of mechanized, I felt the lack of being able to reach out and touch tanks from a decently safe distance of 48 inches for infantry. So with that happening, I want to be able to deal with mechanized a little bit quicker, start ripping the tanks apart quicker than just relying on the last cannons. And the one Cyclone missile launcher is there now, and it's doing a great job for itself. It's just I need more of it to really have the Cyclone missile launcher shine. So that's what I'm going to do. It'll really help the force out, because each one shoots twice, so depending on what I'm fighting, I have a better chance of destroying light vehicles without having to use a last cannon on it. I can save the last cannon for other heavier vehicles, or, whatever. But when I do that, I'm going to have 20 points to spare, and it's just enough points to upgrade my Plasma Cannon Dreadnought to a twin-link last cannon. So my question to the community is, what are your thoughts on upgrading the Plasma Cannon to a last cannon? I was thinking of upgrading it when I first did the point costs for, or recalculated the points for the Cyclone missile launcher, but I'm not entirely sure. The Plasma Cannon hasn't really had a real chance to be tried and tested yet. It's done all right. Out of the 5 games of this Deathwing force, only one game did really shine. So I'm not entirely sure what to do in terms of keeping it or not. It is a nice little blast template to deal with heavier infantry and just to deal with hordes of infantry no matter where they are. Because you can do multiple wounds, and that's really nice on a squad like that. But I'm just not sure. I think it would be doing more if it had the twin glass cannon on it, because A, it's a longer distance of the twin glass cannon, and B, um, vehicles and monsters, creatures, they're pretty much everywhere in every army, one or the other. So um, having another long range gun like that may prove useful, because I'm not worried about infantry really, um, in terms of whittling them down. That's what the Star Bolters are for. That's what the Deathwing squads do. They whittle them down and shooting. Well, at least we make them shooting Deathwing squads like they should be, for the most part. You pretty much whittle them down, so that's not a problem. It's more, do I want the plasma cannon or not? I'm not entirely sure. And any insight, I'll of course read and consider. But I'm leaning towards yes right now. But I still have a few more weeks of play before I have the ability to change um, my army list. So we'll see how it goes. Provided I can again get the Max Mini shoulder pads, I'm out of them. They're sold out. If I can get those shoulder pads in time, I'll be able to make the 2 Terminators, but we'll see about that. So let me know. And in closing remarks, I really enjoy the Deathwing Force. I'm a big fan of Pre-Heresy, as you know, but I almost think making the Deathwing Force Pre-Heresy was a mistake. They look cool as hell. I really like the way they look, but I'm gonna end up making them in their post-Heresy look anyway, because of my plans to collect Dark Angels. I'm gonna be making more post-Heresy Deathwing anyway, so I felt like I probably should have just done that and not done this scheme. But the scheme was really quick and easy to paint, so that I guess is a toss-up. But not really regretting it, because I enjoy playing them. It's just, it's just in the long run it's going to cost me more money when I just pretty much remake a Deathwing Force and post Heresy color schemes in the future. But that's going to be, a couple of years down the line anyway, most likely. Anyway, that's just closing thoughts. So if you're thinking about making a force post-Heresy or pre-Heresy, if you're going to do something like that for Marines, really consider it, because while I do like this and it does look cool and it stands out and people constantly comment about how it looked with the shoulder pads and everything, if you're collecting the same army in the post-Heresy color scheme and you don't really plan to collect the army as a whole in the pre-Heresy color scheme, you may want to just stay post-Heresy. But I like them. I'm not going to get rid of them. They're cool. And that's pretty much it. So again, subbing out assault cannons for Cyclone missile launchers, and do you think I should upgrade the plasma cannon to a las cannon when I'm eventually able to make this change on the Dreadnought? So that's it, and until next time, take it easy.